Very much looking forward to this contest, and so too Alan and Stuart.
Yeah, we liked a little bit of the lightning siege to walk the players on. Daryl Gurney and Steve Beaton, here he is, very much the man of the moment. The Irishman winning his first TV major at the World Grand Prix. Potentially will be number 4 ahead of the World Championships. He's going to be a dad for the first time. Money in the bank, smiling, happy, playing well. All things in the world of Daryl Gurney are pretty good at the moment, Alan.
Yeah, and he's not got there by winning a raffle. He's done some pretty good hard work over the last couple of years to get himself in this position, starting on the Pro Tour events. If you remember, Stuart, when he had that wrist injury, he did really well to get back from there and get back on the winning trail. And I think the last 6-8 months have been history. It's a fantastic 6 or 8 months. Got himself up to number 5 in the world. That World Grand Prix, as you mentioned, final in Las Vegas. Pro Tour win.
Thank you,
All
ladies and
looking
gentlemen.
good.
First leg is Daryl to throw first.
Good friends as well. Chatting together they were in the players' room before, enjoying each other's company. And here comes Daryl Gurney. Fantastic performance to win the World Grand Prix.
60.
There are not, in this competitive era, there aren't too many players who win majors, let alone get the opportunity to win majors.
108.
Thank you, Steve Beaton, to get us off to the perfect start.
Yeah, Stevie boy, the wily old coyote. Still a very tough competitor and hard to beat.
Well, for me, he is the ultimate darting
99.
survivor. All the players over the last 10, maybe even 15 years who've come and gone and had their moments and slipped away and been forgotten. Steve Beaton is still in the top 32 in the world, still playing some really good darts.
134.
Still looking very bronzed.
He'll always look bronzed.
It's a fabulous
41.
achievement. It really is.
He's a great guy, really, at the end of the day, and such a good professional.
Brilliant. 11 darter. 11 darter to open up with.
Second leg is Steve to throw first. Game on.
Wonderful darts from Beaton.
But you look, I mean, it's sort of, at the moment, you talk about maybe John Park, but Wes Newton, Andy Hamilton, Mark
60.
Walsh, just to name but a few. And, you know, once you get on that slippery slope, it's very difficult to get a foothold again, isn't it? And to get back up to the top. That we gave credit to Simon Whitlock, because he's managed to do that on the opening night, last night here in Hasselt. But Steve Beaton is a regular in the TV tournaments. Steve Beaton is in the top 32 on merit and still doing it consistently well.
108.
Gurney. It's his first 180. Yeah, you've got to have tremendous character and certainly self-belief. Continue to practice and do the right things. Can't start moaning about things that haven't happened. You've got to make them happen.
43.
180 followed by 43. It'll be a big disappointment. But for Gurney, it all started with the World Championship.
45.
Reaching the quarter-final, UK Open, semi-final, World Match Play semi-final, Las Vegas final, and the ultimate, winning a
135.
TV major in Dublin earlier this month. On course here to hit straight back with a break of throw.
140.
Well, he's after 100, so Gurney will be aware of that. 2 darts at double 16. 1 left at double 8. Oh, good last one. Didn't make it into a drama.
Daryl to throw first. Game on.
Steve Beaton started with 11 darts there. Didn't follow it up with throw in the second leg. Gurney bites back.
What's your view on
97.
the progress of Gurney and the way he plays the game? Likes to be aggressive on the stage. We saw in the World Grand Prix final against Simon Whitlock. There was a bit of afters, if you like, and he had to crack on after receiving a warning from the tournament director, Graham Fairhurst, and he got on with it. What do you make of Gurney and his play and his ability and his style?
Well, I personally think that particular incident was really made a mountain out of a molehill there, really, because it didn't really seem too much to me. He asked Simon, he just kind of looked at him and shrugged it off. You speak to him now as he's moving downstairs to the 19s. But I love players with some aggression. You've got to have aggression in this game. You know, he managed to go for the ball. He's got to show, well, he did show some of his attitude issues, which I think he'll be the first one to agree with. And the reason he's done that was to progress in the game, and he's reaping the rewards. He's now being a professional player, treating it as a job, as a profession, practicing, doing all the right things.
60.
All players are different, everybody has a different style.
Yep.
$91.
We cry out for characters, don't we?
That's what makes our game, I think, Stuart, more than anything. You look back in history with Jockey and Eric, you know, Keith, John, all them lads there that sort of started the road to where we are now.
140.
Since some over the years, people do love the characters. Somebody just a little bit different.
Modestly left yourself off that list. Back in the day,
55.
the black and white television.
I was certainly a little bit different.
The original Iceman. We'll see Iceman number
59.
2 tonight. Gerwin Price against Menchur Sulovic for a place in the quarterfinals.
Score has just dipped from both players a little bit in this leg. Ooh. 220s will leave. Well, he's at the treble anyway, but 220 would have left the 170. It's a little bit better. 130 is one of those finishes where you get 2 darts at the treble 20, so leave yourself a shot. So Steve needs a couple here. So maybe not enough. Ooh.
85.
Tried to force that last one in.
30.
Just couldn't do it.
Double 5. The 3 legs on the spin. Oh, that's brilliant, Daryl Gurney. Absolutely superb. Rocked by the brilliance of Beaton to win the opening leg in 11 darts, but since then Beaton's gone one way and Gurney's gone the other way. Gurney averaging nearly 100 now and looking every inch the quality player that we've seen in 2017. And there it is again. The average does go over 3 figures for Daryl Gurney.
Yes, he's certainly turned
47.
from a contender to a champion, a winner. Got to get that mentality.
Winner will play
91.
Joe Cullen or Stephen Bunting. That should be a cracker coming up a little later this afternoon as well. Good to see Stephen Bunting back playing something
57.
like a player with a great ability who was not so long ago thinking about chucking it all away and throwing the darts in the bin. We'll discuss that a little later on. And Bunting plays Cullen. Fly treble.
You can see it just going around the back. Steve not happy.
59.
Well, it'll be less so now.
130.
Looks like they've 4 legs on the spin for Daryl Gurney.
Oh, great last start there. In the 5 with the first one.
He's just in that zone, isn't he?
Well, it almost feels easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Players, when they get to this stage where they're playing so well and things are going in their direction, and these finishes, you know, they hit him so well. Steve Beaton started the match with a fantastic 11 dart leg with a maximum, but since then it's been the Daryl Gurney show. He leads going into the first break. by 4 legs to 1.
Day 2 of the European Championship, and one of the main contenders for the title, Daryl Gurney, clicking through the gears. A 1:30 finish on the way to 4 straight legs. Steve Beaton, brilliant at the start, won the opening leg against the darts with an 11 darter, but since, Alan,
no darts at the double, averaging 87, so it just shows you his scoring has dropped as well as Gurney's increasing. It's been a big turnaround. To be fair to Daryl Gurney, he's been doing the business. 4 out of 5 on the doubles for him. To an average as well.
60.
Looking good.
it must be really frustrating for Steve Beaton, a former finalist in the European Championship all the way back in 2009, reached the final in Holland, lost to Phil Taylor. He actually played brilliantly
134.
in the Dutch Masters on the Euro Tour earlier this year. Got to the final, lost to Van Gerwen in Maastricht. But that
60. performance
secured his spot here in Hasselt. But it hasn't gone to plan for Stevie B.
No, the last couple of TV events he's put in some good performances. He started off well. It's just scoring has let him down in the last 3 or 4 legs. He's trying to get back pretty quickly. Otherwise it'll be all over. He's got a chance here. 2-1-4 before this visit. Treble 18 with the last one.
138.
With a single 18, that's okay. If Gurney can fill this in.
To leave tops.
Hey.
176.
Oh, well, that 180's put the pressure on. He needs the ball.
51.
Well, Gurney there, the perfectly timed 180. Can he finish it off? To go within 1 leg of victory. Nearly averaging 103 now, Daryl Gurney. 3 180s, 5 out of 7 on the doubles. It's been impressive indeed, hasn't it?
Very, very impressive. It's almost that situation where players
58.
in his situation just keep control even when they're losing. Lost that first leg, he didn't panic. Believes in his own ability.
140.
He's focusing, concentrating on the match at hand. Scoring's pretty good. He seems to be
58.
upping his finishing averages. Certainly doubling would have helped. A double in, double out all the way through. The event he won.
140.
Better from Beaton, but is it too late?
100.
Going to win 5 legs against somebody who's averaging around 100 and playing so well. It's a difficult job without a shadow of a doubt. But you've got to keep digging in there, just take 1 leg at a time.
$59.
Worst leg
121.
by far, Daryl Gurney. Single 14.
89.
And Beaton, after losing 5 on the spin, will surely stop the rot.
Well, a 180 in the previous leg. And Beaton
140.
missed the 76. Can't afford to miss this one now. Double 8. Yeah.
Shot on the 7th.
Another leg on the board. 5-2.
8-legged Steve to throw first.
And that one
Game on.
against the throw. If we just gather some momentum like he did in that first leg. Scoring was fantastic. It's just dipped recently.
51.
Not happy with that one either.
Yeah, you get the feeling it'll be brief respite for Steve Beaton. Darryl Gurney back on track with a 4th maximum.
Yes, he's certainly playing particularly well.
96.
4 maximums. Back into the 100 average zone.
100.
Looking good here. He's turning out to be a difficult player to beat now, isn't he? Even Phil Taylor with all those little shenanigans in the German Darts Masters. It's still a close encounter. Taylor went ahead very early.
60.
I think possibly, you know, it's a good experience for Gurney. The first time he played Taylor in a big TV event. Possibly, I think he showed Taylor too much respect.
91.
It's one of those games that you can continue to learn. Playing different players in different tournaments, different conditions.
125. Darryl 70.
So, to go through, 1 dart at double 16.
54.
Oh, another chance for Steve to stay in there. 15 for tops. There we go.
Steve Beaton. 9-legged Darryl to throw first. Game on.
One match dart come and gone. 2 legs on the spin for Steve Beaton.
$140.
Good start to the leg. Almost put your opponent on the back foot from the word go when you start off with a 140. Comes okay, but you're chasing.
$117.
Fantastic switch from the Northern Ireland ace. Super chin.
135.
Still averaging 101 here, Darryl Gurney, despite that 1 missed match dart.
58.
Gurney, European Championship debut 12 months ago, lost in the first round. It'd have to be some capitulation for him to lose in the first round
42.
this year. 5-1 up, but Beaton still hanging on in there.
Yeah, he was looking for more there. Sloppy visit from Steve.
60.
Could have been in a better position in this leg here. Still can be. Ooh, needs to stay there as well. Can't afford to switch. Oh, great last start. Great last start from Beaton.
126.
Some pressure on Gurney here. Another one of those to lead double 6. That's a second match dart.
Stevie 124.
Well, 2 good trebles, couldn't quite hit the double. Steve Beaton in a similar position here. Treble 18 for the bull, can't do it.
56.
So Darryl returns to the board for double 6. A place in the next round.
Game shot.
There it is, double 6. Darryl Gurney goes through to round 2. Steve Beaton started well enough with an 11 darter. The 5 legs on the spin from Gurney, and he put himself in a really good position. Beaton briefly threatened, but Gurney's march in 2017 goes on. 6-3 winner, and into round 2.